just going to be a short video. I'm going to try to do a series of these videos about like Magic 101 that are divine nuggets, right? They're just bite sized, just enough for you to take something with you that can help you allow in the magic in your life, which is what I want to start with because this is an important part of the foundation. Like, you want a firm foundation before you start like practicing magic. But the funny thing is, like, where most people's foundations are like the Tower card, where it's a false foundation, is that like we kind of start in this place of struggling to recognize that we are not lacking in magic. It's more like you're always you're always practicing magic. You're always doing magic. Like, even when you're not like intentionally doing it, you are doing it. Magic is not something that you need to go out and find, or that you have to build up, or that you need to take from another, or that would take from any other. Like, the world is full of magic, and you are full of magic. Like, just consider the miracle of how many people had to come together in various different incarnations in the world to make the vessel, the body that you get to exist in right now, to be here watching this video that I just randomly decided to create, right? And think about like the magic and the miracle of, well, how about this? Of the sciences that we have created to study all the layers of atmosphere that we have to make it just perfect for life to exist here on Earth. Like, that's magic of its own kind. And that's the great thing, too. There are so many different kinds of magic. Like chicken noodle soup, you know? Even though there's not really anything nutritional in it. I mean, if you really cook it, if you cook homemade chicken noodle with actual bone broth and things like that in it, yes, actually, there are proven medical benefits. However, the funny thing is, as an old wives' tale, it's actually much more beneficial. It's about that nurturing, that comfort, that care. There's magic in that. And especially, like, think about kitchen magics. Like, when you don't like the thing that you're cooking, or you're not putting positive energy into something, it doesn't taste good. Or it's a convenience food and it's not good for you even if it tastes good, right? Whereas, like, think about when you've cooked for someone and you really loved the cooking and the person and where you were and the time and the space. And think about, like, even if you think that you screwed up some part of it, it still tasted delicious. They still loved it, right? That's a magic. Whenever you clear away something, when you clean up the clutter in a space, you are making room for new energy. That's a magic. You do these things on a regular basis, you know? And that's the place to start, because if you're trying to enter into actual like practices of magic, either in your daily life or with the moons or the sabbaths, the estivats, or whatever way you want to engage with it in the world, the first thing to recognize is that you lack nothing. There's nothing missing, nothing lacking in you. There's just usually layers of conditioning on top that make it challenging to accept that you are already magical, that everybody is already magical, that magic exists throughout the entire world, and that it can be easy to learn how to release that which, the shadows that make it hard to see the light around you. Or not hard, make it more of a growth opportunity, right? So, your mission slash homework, should you choose to accept it, is to spend time just thinking about where you've already observed magic happening. Maybe you've seen someone else do something that you would coin incredible or legendary or spectacular. Maybe like you've seen somebody do something so, see, it's again like it doesn't even have to be that. Like, think about the little stuff too. Think about the magic of the fact that we've made machines that can knit socks with tiny little fibers and stuff, and that they can go on your feet and take a pounding for weeks and months and sometimes years. You know, look for the magic that already exists in the world, and then look for the magic that already exists in you. I bet you, I bet you that there has been at least a handful of times that there have been supernatural things that you couldn't, like, you could explain it if you accepted that you're magical and that magic is all throughout this reality. But if you take that away, you can't explain it. I bet you've had some of those, whether it's interactions with other dimensional beings, like maybe ghosts and things like that, or prophetic dreams, or in like intuitive knowing. Maybe you always know who's calling you before you look at the phone, that kind of thing. And of course, the magic of being an empath. That's a magic of its own, too. And I don't know, just spend time being in gratitude for that stuff. And if you feel called to, it'll help you ground the lesson for you in you. Come back and comment below with like maybe the top 3 things that you noticed are magical around you and within you, especially anything that makes you feel grateful. And I'll see you in the next video.